The lack of affordable housing is a problem all over the world. Families have nowhere to go because they cannot afford to live where they are now. Despite the dramatic increase in homelessness, one organization called Habitat for Humanity is up for the challenge. I interviewed Miss Virginia Braswell of Habitat for Humanity, and she gave me a lot of insight on the issue.
I'm the Executive Director of Habitat for Humanity here in Owensboro, Davis County. And I say that, Owensboro, Davis County. We are an affiliate of Habitat International. And so Habitat International, of course, builds all over the world. We build in Owensboro, Davis County. And we have just completed our 121st house here.
Habitat for Humanity is a non-profit organization that builds for low-income families, and they take applications for houses twice a year, and it is certainly not an easy task.
Like a juggling act. You've got to have land, you've got to have the volunteers, you've got to have the sponsors, you certainly have to have the families that you're working with, and, well, you just toss those balls up in the air and they all come together.
The problem with the lack of affordable housing is that no one ever talks about it, so no one knows that it's an issue.
I wouldn't have known much about it if I hadn't worked with Habitat for Humanity, but when we take applications, we always have families come.
Habitat for Humanity builds for very low-income families. They build for the families who make between 40 and 60% of the median income in Owensboro. Habitat doesn't give the houses away, though. They sell them. They don't sell the houses for profit, and they don't sell them with any interest. Since Habitat for Humanity is a non-profit organization, that means they don't get any money from the government. Habitat has various sources who help them with costs, such as many churches across the Owensboro area, individuals, and many sponsors from all across the area who help partner with houses. Even with these sponsors, it is still very expensive to build these houses.
It costs us, though, about $50,000 to $60,000 to build a house, not counting the property.
The main source of income for Habitat is the new homeowners themselves. They make payments towards the house, and some of that money goes to Habitat. So what is the overall goal for Habitat for Humanity?
So we ought to be able to do something like the barn raisins, where people come together and help each other. And so the idea would be that people would come together and help each other. You'd start off with, you'd have to have some donors to start off to buy materials, but after that, then as your house payment is going in, it's buying material for somebody else. And the applicants actually put in 350 hours of sweat equity to work with the volunteers who are out there building their houses.
So how did Habitat for Humanity get started?
He named his new organization Habitat for Humanity International, and the goal was to eliminate poverty housing around the world. And so and for every house that we build here in Owensboro, we send a tithe, a donation. It goes to a third world country and is enough to build a house over there. In India, in Tajikistan, in Haiti, in Guatemala, different places around the world.
Though Habitat for Humanity helps low-income families, not everyone is eligible.
There are two things we look at to see if people are eligible. They have to have a need for housing, they have to have the ability to pay, and a willingness to partner. If you were to call in and want to apply for a Habitat house, there's certain questions we'd ask. We'd say, have you lived in Davis County at least 12 months? We'd say you can be married, single, or divorced. You just can't be separated because of the legal issues of who would own the house. You can't already own land or a house or a tree. Let's see. No bankruptcy the past 2 years. No felon. You have to be an American citizen. Or if you're not a citizen, you have to be actively applying for citizenship.
So the lack of affordable housing is a problem all over the world, and it's causing homelessness to skyrocket. So what can we do about it?
I think what would solve it more than anything, and this is a personal thought, is if somehow we can strengthen families. I think that the situation where people are either living together or so many unhappy divorce situations, that tends to break down the ability to have a home. And we work with a lot of single moms, some single dads too. But we do have some married couples. I don't know what you can do to strengthen families other than just influence the people you're around.